Alright, so I'm running localhost on Docker. As you can see, I have it installed right here. It was quite simple to install, and honestly, it's going to save me a lot of money, and I'm going to save my clients a lot of money. So let's get into it. So here we are with the official N8N documentation for installing Docker. The thing that we're going to do first is install Docker Desktop. So when you click on that link, that will take you to getting the Docker installation going. And I have a Mac, so I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to choose a desktop part of the Mac with the Apple Silicon. So I downloaded the file and I'm installing it right now. It takes about 2 gigs on my computer. All right, so here we have Docker, and we're going to go to Docker Hub. And all we're going to do is search for N8N. And that should give us the image that we're going to download, which is right here, the most popular one. You go ahead, you can read it, but really what we're going to do is just download it, or rather pull. And this, what it does is it pulls it from the repository of other images that once you pull in, all you do is you run this image and it's already fully configured N8N instance on your computer, but in another compartment of your computer. And another really nice thing about it is the capabilities I mentioned here. Essentially, this is something that is enterprise ready. That's the most key aspect about it, meaning if you were to ever want to scale this particular image and have, let's say, many Docker instances, or rather Docker images running with N8N because you have such a big demand for your runtimes, then you could do it with this. You can even serve this as a setup for a customer of yours, right? You set them up and then have N8N hosted on a separate instance, and that will be the next tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and run now that we've pulled, and we're gonna call this container name N8N local. And our port will just be 5678. Okay, good. So it started running and it's initializing, and we should see it complete the installation any minute now. And it's ready, so let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so here we are, and we need to now configure our credentials. So I'm going to add my email, first name, last name, password, and then I'm going to activate my account. So I'm going to hit next, and this took me to the onboarding screen. So I completed this, and now I'm going to get a free license key. Okay, so here's the license key. I'm just going to click activate, and that's going to take me to a page where it's going to register that I've activated it. And now I have the ability of using Docker, using N8N rather, to its full potential. So let's go back and run a flow. So we're going to start from scratch. And with this example, I'm going to use one of my flows that helped me appear in AI. This is called Schema Markup Generator. And it looks kind of like this. It's essentially a piece of code, kind of like metadata that you add to help in your SEO. It's basically a standard right now, specifically the JSON-LD, that especially Google and now other search engines support, that helps your website have rich snippets and information that then can be used by LLMs to make it easier for you to be picked up by AI searches. So I have this workflow already here. I'm going to copy it and paste it. And if you were to buy it, you would just go ahead and import from the file. Okay, so here we are. What we need to do now is to actually configure their credentials, and this is quite easy. You just go ahead and create a new credential. So I'm going to rename this set of credentials to local. So I renamed it to Docker Open Router, and we're going to insert an API key after we get it from openrouter.ai. So I have a tutorial below that is really quick and will show you how you make a key. Honestly, it's just about logging in and adding some credits, and you can even use OpenRouter for free for certain models. And let's name this Docker N8N. And here's the key. As always, you want to delete a key that you've generated and shown to the public. And we're going to save this. And success. Here we have the model. I'm going to keep it as is. And over here, I'm just going to double click and it's going to pick up on the credential I set earlier. And now we need to set up credentials as well for this. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to go to console cloud.google.com, and I'm already logged in, so I'm just going to go to APIs and services, and you want to enable Gmail API. Okay, so I've done that already. And if you want to just enable it, you just go up here and click, and then you just search for Gmail API. Now we're going to go to credentials. We're going to create a new credential from scratch. So just create an OAuth client ID, and you're going to choose the application and name this Docker N8N. Okay. And the authorized origin in this case will be the localhost 5678. And just remove the backslash, and the authorized redirect URI, again in this case, is going to be this over here. And we added the URI, and that's the only one we need right now. So here are my credentials. This is the client ID. I'm going to go back, paste it, and we're going to take the client secret, go back and paste it. Now obviously I'm going to delete these after, I'm going to save after this tutorial is over. And I'm going to authorize one of my emails and allow. Connection is successful. So here we are, and we're ready to run. So I'm going to save and click execute workflow. Okay, so we're going to execute this workflow. We're going to run lanai.com, one of my websites, and we're going to send this to the lanai.email. And this is just a language learning journal website that I made, and it has to have information that pertain to the language learning capabilities and offerings and services I have. So I want that to come up in the web searches, and specifically AI searches as well. And it picked up the website. It is now running through the JSON LD looking for improvements to do, and it's going to send me an email. Okay, so here we are. Great. Picked up the current schema, and it recommended the schema that I should have to improve, and spot on. It's perfect. To summarize, we saw how to install Docker locally. We had a sample workflow that I had already made. We ran it, and now I'm able to run essentially N8N for free without even paying the subscription. Let me know if you have any requests. I always want to be creating content that suits your needs. Happy automations.